So today we're doing another girl talk. It's been a while since I've done one. I actually filmed this like a week ago, and then I was trying to transport the files, but they're too big. I had my little microphone, my professional camera, and everything, but then the files were too big. They didn't want to transfer, and I was talking to my cousin about some of the topics today that I'll be discussing, and it reminded me that I need to refilm it. I will be talking about love, everything that comes with love, if love is worth the pain. We're going to talk about cheating, control, all of that stuff, which is my favorite topics. I feel with my experience, I have some wisdom I can share, but also keep in mind I'm still young, so in a couple years from now, or maybe months, I might think differently, and I'm very open to hearing what other people have to say. Anyways, so first off, I want to start with the topic if love is worth the pain. I got this from Maria from the Marias, but she has her own side album, Not for Radio, and the album Melt, which is a beautiful album. Okay, Maria's main focus, this is my interpretation of the album, was her going through the breakup, her healing, and then talking to someone new, and how scary it can be talking to someone new, even if it's going really good, because there's all these thoughts of like, what ifs? What if we don't make it down the line? What if I get heartbroken again? That's basically what the album is about and what I'll be talking about. I was in a long-term relationship for 6 years, and within that time frame, I've been cheated on, and a lot of stuff has happened from that relationship. Getting into something new has always been scary for me, and I would constantly battle, is opening up to someone else worth it if I have a chance to get cheated on again? There's just like a list of things that can go through your head of talking to new people. It's really, really scary, and I had to constantly ask myself. I knew love is something I wanted in my life. Not needed, but it's something I've always thought would be nice to have. The thought of growing old with someone is beautiful. I had to ask myself, I was like, how do I want this? But I'm scared of being willing to be vulnerable and fall in love with someone else. The only thing I can do here is choose to be single the rest of my life, or be willing to be vulnerable and go through life and have the possibility of getting hurt again. And I had to completely shift my mindset, because I think I had this phase where I was very protective over myself, because I used to be kind of a people pleaser, pushover. Not that I don't have some of those traits still. So I think love is completely worth the pain. You have to get to a point of stability within yourself, confidence within yourself, of, hey, if this doesn't work out in the end, I'll be fine. And you can take the lessons, you can take the experiences you had with the person you love or loved, and carry that with you in the future, and take whatever you need from it and move on. And I know it's easier said than done. One of the main reasons that people worry about getting into new relationships is cheating. Cheating is a big topic nowadays. It's probably always been a big topic, but because it's more happens more, or it's just easier to find out. It's really scary. Getting cheated on changes your whole mindset. It changes how you trust people. It changes how you perceive yourself. But I think I used to personally live in constant fear of getting cheated on, and that's why I used to think that love wasn't worth the pain. But some stuff that has helped me change my mindset on getting cheated on is growing my self-confidence, knowing my self-worth. And all of this might sound tacky, but it genuinely has helped me a million times, I promise. So within going through that breakup, I think I had an issue with control, not as if like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. I wanted to kind of make sure I wouldn't get hurt again, and I always had the fear of getting cheated on before. Like, I wanted to control the person from cheating on me, not like control as in like, you can't wear this, you can't do this, you can't, you know, it's a little bit different. And control is something that everyone deals with, everyone battles with, because humans like to feel like we have control over our life. It feels safe if we have control over things. But back to the cheating topic. So I was battling with the thought of control and getting cheated on until I learned you can't control people at all. If they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat no matter what. I feel like I shouldn't even have to do all these little things to try to prevent someone from cheating on me, or like knowing. I shouldn't have to constantly check your phone. I shouldn't have to tell you, hey, that's not okay. I wholeheartedly believe the right person for me wouldn't even put themselves in a situation that would make me uncomfortable, that would make me feel hurt, you know? Okay, popping in as soon as I just got done filming, but I think this is an important trait or thing to learn to be able to do, is to walk away or be able to walk away from people even if you really love them. But if they're disrespecting you, you can't allow yourself to keep getting disrespected. This will eat at you eventually. If you keep letting people hurt you, they're going to continue to do it, especially if you had a conversation with them. And I have to constantly remind myself, like, hey, I wouldn't think to do this to this person at all, so why are they doing it to me? And once again, not everyone thinks the same, but I think there's common sense, human decency, certain things that are just like the bare minimum. Something I also want to talk about is how my perspective is to let people show me their true self. And it's not that I'm like easygoing, it's the fact that I want to allow people to show me their true selves without me trying to control them and like tell them, because their true selves will always come out somehow, some way, and I'd rather let them show me that. And I learned like, okay, I gotta go, instead of me constantly trying to be like, hey, don't do this, don't do this, do that. That's currently my headspace when it comes to cheating and love being worth the pain. And yeah, and like I said, I 100% don't always stand firm to these beliefs. I think it, but it's easy to overthink. I'm a big thinker, overthinker. Now, something I also learned is that you cannot love someone into being with you. This is kind of, I feel like all this coincides with the let them theory, which my cousin mentioned this earlier, and I was like, this is crazy because I just filmed a video about this. And I don't really know everything about the let them theory, but it's really just letting people show you their true selves and not controlling it, not trying to fix these things about people, because honestly, you shouldn't even have to stop a person from cheating. They shouldn't be doing that in the first place. Let them show you their true selves, their true actions, what they want to do, and then you make your move from that. I don't ever want to have to live my life like telling a man like, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Don't do that again. You shouldn't be doing that in the first place, especially if it's common sense. I shouldn't have to mother anyone, and sometimes it is super easy. Like, sometimes there are things that are worth having a discussion about. Maybe they genuinely didn't see how something would make you feel uncomfortable, and that's up to you to decide if it's worth it. But in general, when it comes to things that are very obvious, I shouldn't have to be explaining this to a man, you know? I don't know. But you cannot love someone. I got off of the topic. You cannot love someone into being with you, no matter how beautiful you are. You see the most beautiful people getting cheated on. Zendaya, Beyonce. So many people, I have beautiful friends who get cheated on with beautiful personalities. I'm like, how are you letting that go? Like, if I was in their spot, I would not be doing that. I'd be like treasuring this person. You could be the most beautiful person ever, still get cheated on. You could have a 10 out of 10 personality, still get cheated on. You could cook for a person, you could clean for a person, you could do all of this acts of services and still get cheated on. You could love them deeply and still get cheated on. Like, no matter what you do, it will not change a person's actions. So you should not let them overly consume your brain. And I know it's so much easier said than done. Whenever these thoughts pop in my head of like overthinking and then it makes me sad, or like if I cry about it, I get upset with myself because it's like, why do I let one person have so much control over my life and how I feel? Once again, I feel like if I have a partner and they're willing to do something, if they're willing to cheat, if a girl can steal my boyfriend, I'll let her have him. It's not something I'm gonna fight for, it's not something I'm gonna argue about. If you can have him, have him. Because I feel like my future husband, my future person I'm gonna be with wouldn't do anything to jeopardize our relationship. And I don't know, cause for me, I would never cheat on anyone. I would never, it's so confusing, but there's a deeper reason why people cheat. It's normally insecurity, or they don't feel like they're worth enough, or there's a lot of reasons that are psychological, but I don't have a degree in that, so I don't really know. But yeah, I hope this is making sense. I'm kind of just blabbing about how I feel about cheating and love and stuff, but in general, I think love is beautiful. The connection, the bond, the comfortability, and even the arguments, like getting past arguments, and all that stuff is so beautiful and worth it to me. It's just important that you put yourself first and never lose yourself in a relationship. I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in love and lose yourself and get so attached with someone. Anyways, guys, I hope this aligned with someone or helped someone out, or even someone just listened. And once again, feel free to comment your guys' perspectives down below. I love hearing it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.